The Nigerian situation has continued to generate reactions from many quarters. One of Nigeria's leading voices in human rights advocacy, Femi Falana, has stressed the need for Nigerians to continue to raise concerns about the issues. Speaking on national questions when he was being honored at an event here in Lagos, Mr. Falana, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, says separatist agitations in the country are fallouts of breaches of constitutional provisions by their leaders. And he insists that the likes of Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu were legitimately clamoring for the need to address such breaches of federal character principles by governments. Let's hear from him.
Unlike members of the ruling class in the north and the south, saying this is a media event, I'm going to appeal to the Nigerian media not to confuse our people by giving the impression that the struggle of Nigeria is about North and South. It is not. For the majority of our people trying to eat out a living, they want their children to go to school. They want employment for those who have gone to school and graduated. They want security of life and property all over the country. They want to sleep with their eyes closed, as it used to be in this country. Most Nigerians want to go to the market and predict what they are going to buy, the prices of goods. Most Nigerians are currently wondering where the dollar that was exchanging for 60 kobo in 1980 now exchanges for 560 naira or more. Most Nigerians are wondering why our roads have become dead shots all over the country. Majority of Nigerians are wondering why the hospitals that were set by the Buhari military dictatorship in 1984, our hospitals were described as consulting clinics. Nigerians are wondering why they have become mortuaries. Unless you answer these questions, unless you address these questions, you are going to engage in the politics of diversion, which is the pastime of Nigerian politicians, so that we do not know the brilliance of poverty, creating poverty, confronting our people. You are told that it's about north and south, or Christian and Muslim struggle. We are being told now by many politicians from the south that the next president of Nigeria must come from the south. Some group of politicians in the north are saying we have the number, we shall continue to produce the president of Nigeria. Once you box yourself into such irrelevant ring of deception and fraud, you are not going to address the problems of underdevelopment. You are not going to address the problems of hunger. The northern part of the country, no doubt, has produced more rulers. I didn't say leaders. More rulers than mine from the northern part of the country. But today, if you are familiar with the terrain called the geography of Nigeria, you will discover that the northwest geopolitical zone that has produced the majority of the rulers of this country, in fact, Katsina has produced 2 presidents and 1 military vice president. Katsina State, today, that state, Katsina State, where the current president is from, has become this secure part of Africa, not just Nigeria, where currently, in most of the local governments, communication has been shut down completely. You can't telephone, you can't make a call. The Northwest Zone, it is the most poverty-stricken zone in Nigeria. South Florida State sponsored 28 students for work in 2018. I don't know the correct number. That year, Ogun State had about 15,000 students that sat for work. 11 states in Nigeria out of 36 states, including South Florida, Katsina, Niger, and the rest of them, have refused to enact the child's right law, which prescribes that every child shall compulsorily be in school from primary to junior secondary school. They are saying 11 states in the law, out of 36 states in the country.
All right, Mr. Femi Falana, the senior advocate of Nigeria, making various, positions now on the state of the country vis-a-vis the 61st independence anniversary of Nigeria. And that's how we begin discussions at this time on Journalist Hangout Sunday Special. Welcome, BKO, to the program. Mr. Gani, you're welcome to the program as well. It's good to have you both on the program today. But BKO, how do you respond, or what do you make of Mr. Falana's long list of grouses with the state of the country?
Yes, I think he spoke truthfully. I was at that event, and I will tell you that it made so much sense. At a point, he said, see, if we have the federal character principle as enshrined in the Constitution, and our leaders refuse to follow it because it was designed to help cement the unity of the Nigerian nation. But where our leaders opt to disregard it, then those leaders are the ones working against the unity of our country. So that was the takeaway from the speech that, from his remarks on the day, because we've got to do our best to unite Nigeria better. We are not, I think that at the rate we are going, we are becoming more and more divided, and that should be the concern of Nigerian leaders. And when young people to get sucked into this north-south dichotomy, then we're in trouble. So that's what I can take away from what he said. I believe really made sense.
Right. GKB, what is your own takeaway from Mr. Falana's submissions?
Well, he obviously is aware of the facts of the problems of our fault lines. The Constitution, as imperfect as it is, has made provisions to include everybody. There are sections of the Constitution that are total hogwash. But as far as protecting federal character principle and ensuring that the inclusion is a major plank of governance in Nigeria, the Constitution has done very well. But like Gide said, you must understand that the devil is in the application. A lot of our leaders, both at the federal and state levels, have ignored these principles in terms of sharing of offices. Because sometimes it's not really about the person there. It's the fact that somebody who looks like you, who talks like you, who dresses like you, is part of the decision-making process. Sometimes that works a long way when people are talking about representation. They may not have, the person may not have any inclination to do anything for his people. But the fact that he looks like them, he talks like them, is a major factor in how we are doing this. And nobody can deny that our leaders have not been fair when it comes to distribution. So it's very correct. Leadership is the problem of application of fundamental principle of equality and equity in our constitution. And once you start that, it's a Pandora box, because anything you do after that will be noticed by people as being pandering to a section of the country, even if you have genuine reasons to bring these people on board. As far as they appear to be skewed in one direction, then we have a problem that only that leadership can resolve.
Mr. Falana was also speaking about, the hunger in the land. I know this is also a subject that we have dealt with extensively on the program, especially when you look at this, sectional agitations, BKO. And Mr. Falana has also been speaking, on the ordeals of Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, especially with this extradition battle that the government is still, slugging out, over there with the Beninois government. Where do you stand, BQ?
Well, the point, it wasn't particularly supporting those individuals. It wasn't supporting Sunday Igboho. It wasn't supporting Nnamdi Kanu. All he was saying was that, look, we need to address the concerns that gave rise to those agitations. And I'm in total agreement with him on that, because he made the point that the Igbos of this world don't even have any, they don't have a plan in the real sense. They are just saying, oh, we want
Yoruba Nation.
Yoruba Nation. How do you intend to do it? He said he asked them, and clearly there is no such plan in place. So, but the issue is the concerns that gave rise to those agitations need to be addressed so that we can remain one indivisible nation.
All right. GKB, your own submission on this?
Well, you must understand that you can't build something on nothing. The agitations are fallouts of perceived or real or imagined, I can't really say, of exclusion. And you cannot beat a child and tell the child not to cry. You have to pick one or the other. Either you allow him to cry because you are beating him, or you don't beat him in the first place. So I think what he said that I really get the gist of is the fact that you must apply the same hand to everybody, no matter the situation on the ground. Don't willingly or unwillingly create an impression that you are attacking these people based on the fact that they are not yours. And that to me is the key. We must understand the dynamics that makes Nigeria great. And one of them is that the unity of Nigeria is based on justice and fairness. It's not based on force. You cannot force unity. No country has ever been able to achieve that. You create the environment that people will be united in the cause of a common goal, that's the national cause. So far, Nigeria has not been able to do that, at least in the last few years. The ability to bring all of us together under one umbrella and allow us to focus on one particular journey. For now, people are looking for different ways of getting to different directions, which to me is unfortunate, because Nigeria, as we stand, pays everybody better because of the size and the level of manpower that we have. But if people don't feel that they belong, they will look for a way out. And that to me is the tragedy of what we are going through right now.